difference between winning and losing.
If you want to crown them, then crown their ass. But they are who we thought they were.
Welcome, everybody, to another edition of the Long Balls, the number one source of all things from the National Football League, the Shield, as the kids call it. I'm your host, JBONE, and with me is my assistant, the Ratings Wizard.
The Ratings Wizard. Again, I just let him get away with it. I don't mind. He needs it for his ego. He needs to be pampered a little bit because he's very insecure, so he needs to be called the host.
Well, here's the thing. We'll talk. We'll show who's the actual football genius in this show and who's not. Because boy, oh boy, you took some L's this weekend, son.
I did. I'm telling you, God mocks me in week one of the NFL every year. My team always loses. I usually lose all my fantasy games in pretty devastating fashion. And this year, and we'll get into it more in the betting. I don't normally bet, but so this year I bet it. So of course, God's going to mock me in that capacity also. However, he always seems to redeem it later on. I mean, not necessarily not with my team necessarily. My fantasy team, I'm usually pretty successful. So, but now that we're 2 days removed from Sunday, I'm finally zen now. It takes me about a day to recover from NFL Sunday.
And what an action-packed NFL Sunday. Of course, it started Thursday night with the Rams and the Bills, and then last night ended out the pretty very close game with the Seahawks and the Broncos. We'll get into all week one, all the action from week one. We'll show our picks. We'll see who did well in that. Yeah. And we'll do a little fantasy action, talk about that, and we'll give our home rants and preview week 2. So don't touch that dial. We're gonna dial. That's a old word. Don't hit your don't go to another channel. Stay right here and check out all the NFL action we got going on. So I guess first thing, let's kick this puppy off. Major news coming out the NFL.
First off, J-Bone, where'd you watch NFL this weekend? Let's tell the fans where we take in the week.
Yeah, so I went to this local place called Legends. It's right by my house, and it's a known establishment in my area. They got like several locations, but it's a local area. But I got liquored up pretty well, was around a bunch of Saints fans. We watched that, and then came home, took a little napski, and
no, not you, J-Bone and napping. I wouldn't believe it.
A little snoozer because I drank some booze. So and woke up and watched the 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock games. And then, of course, watched the Bucks and Cowboys from home. Where did you watch it from?
Old Faithful, man. B-Dubs, Buffalo Wild Wings, Wolf Chase, suburb of Memphis. Man,
do you still have to wear a tap-out shirt to be entered in there to go in there?
You do, but you could take it off as soon as you get to your table.
Okay. What about you have to bathe in Axe body spray too?
No, any deodorant will suffice in this Buffalo Wild Wings. But it's my go-to because I travel a lot for work. I lived in LA and being in the military. I haven't lived in Indiana for a long time. So pretty much every time I'm watching the Colts on TV, it's somewhere because I'm not going to fucking give DirecTV I'm not paying fucking $80 over $100 a month and then I got to sign up for a year contract and I'm only going to be in this place for like 4 months. So
well, I think next year we can maybe talk about that. Last thing I heard that contract's coming up with DirecTV. So
it's got to, man. It's fucking insane. They could make so much money if they would let you pay per game. Like you do pay-per-views in wrestling. Hey, you want to watch the Colts Texans? $20. I'd fucking pay it easy to sit in the comfort of my living room, $20. I don't give a shit. But no, you got to get fucking this whole satellite package, and then you got to get every single game. I don't want every single game, motherfucker. I want my game, and I want it in the comfort of my living room. But so I went to B-Dubs to watch the game, and it's great. You always got to get to B-Dubs half hour early, I recommend. But once you get there, you get a good spot. It's like 360 TVs. Highly recommend it.
You got some wingies?
Fuck boneless, baby. I'm a boneless guy. I did drink beer,
so you got
wine.
Chicken tenders. So you got chicken tenders.
No, I got boneless wings, dude. They have chicken tenders. No, if anything, it's popcorn chicken. There's a difference between
chicken tenders,
boneless wings and chicken tenders.
Did you go outside? Maybe hit that vape real quick. Come back in.
Of course. So you know, vape with you. You can't smoke because you're a chemist. You get drug tested.
The chemist. Yes. Anyway, so
I lost you. We're having technical difficulties.
I can hear you fine. I think you're having the technical.
I can't hear a word you're saying, bud.
I can hear you fine.
Oh man, you knew it was coming.
Oh my god.
Hello?
Hello?
I think it's on your end, man, because you should be. Is your mic hooked up?
It's hooked up, pal. It's always hooked up.
I don't know, man. All right, that'll work. That's better.
Can you hear it? Can you hear me now?
Now I can hear you now. There's our one technical difficulty for the show. You knew it was fucking coming. It's fine. I don't give a shit. It's who I am as a person.
Oh, real quick. That's Anthony here. We fucking
Tony no pussy. Little fucking punk. It's all right.
Anyway. Let's
keep going. Moving on.
Dak Prescott out 6 to 8 weeks for requiring hand surgery. Looks like he probably from the looks of it, I think he hit somebody's helmet. I got a little shot of it right here. Or no, maybe somebody clipped him. I don't know. But yeah, he's out 68 weeks. Huge blow for the Cowgirls. And
expected blow.
Yeah.
I fully expected him to go out. He's injury prone.
And he is injury prone, you know. He's had a few issues. But apparently the starting quarterback is Cooper Rush. What's your favorite Cooper Rush game?
Fuck, man. I've never heard the name before in my life. Did he actually play college ball? Or they just pick him up in the back alleys of Dallas somewhere. You look good. Hand the ball off to Zeke.
Yeah. You look like a cowboy. Come on down, ball.
Cooper Rush, is he? I'm assuming he's been in the league. It's amazing how there's quarterbacks in the league I've never heard of. It's one thing to not know like third string left tackles for the fucking Jaguars, but quarterbacks, you'd figure you'd have a good handle on who they are, but never heard of the motherfucker.
Never heard of him. I mean, you know, you never know. It could turn out to be good. You know, chances are not likely, but
I guarantee you this: there's somewhere on some Cowboys post-board or forum saying, "Let the Cooper Rush era begin. He's going to be great." Because as a Colts fan, as we've been shuffling through quarterbacks, there's always some do-what who's like, Jacob Eason, put him on QB1. That was our third string QB last year before he got cut. Because some do-what thinks that we have this hidden fucking talent on our roster. It's like, no, they're on the bench for a reason.
Yeah. So, anyways, so he's gonna be out for 68 weeks, basically 2 months, and not good. You know, I mean, Cowboys have a hard schedule coming up, and we'll see what happens.
It's America's team.
Yeah. Actually, Tony's got this right. Cooper Rush sounds like a warlord security guard. That's probably where they found him, to be honest with you. They're like, he ain't no bitch. He can take a power bomb like hell. All right. So, but on to our next piece of news. JT Watt. Excuse me. TJ Watt. My dyslexia is getting involved here. He's going to be out 6 weeks. Not a torn pec. or maybe a torn pec. I don't know, but he's not gonna. He's gonna need surgery. He's not gonna need surgery. Of course, T.J. Watt, great lineman for the Steelers. How do you think that'll affect the Steelers?
Well, I thought they were gonna suck week 1, so I say they're gonna suck without him. But fuck, I don't know. The Steelers just have this weird fucking magic where they're just always good. It doesn't matter. I don't get it.
Right. Yeah. I don't either. So, but I don't know what will happen. I mean, he made a few good plays too before he got injured. So, he's kind of one of those dynamic, like his brother. I mean, one of these dynamic linemen that can, you can put him anywhere on the field, damn near, and he's going to be good. But I feel like on the defensive side, and we'll talk about it in a little bit. Yeah, I mean, it's a big blow, but it's not like losing a quarterback, obviously. So the defense can maybe somewhat roll on without him. So
yeah, I don't know, but losing T.J. Watt, your defense is going to feel it. Isn't he reigning defensive player of the year? Did he win it last year?
Yeah, so yeah.
I know he's won it at least once in the last 2 or 3 years. So I mean, you're just not losing your best defensive player. You're losing maybe a generational defensive player. J.J. Watt's definitely a generational one, and his brother is playing at the same level as J.J. in his peak. Right. So again, you should feel the effects of it. They should be terrible, but I don't fucking know, man. They're the Steelers.
Then we got T. Higgins. T. Higgins will be. Was he questionable?
Concussion. So in today's NFL, I'm guessing he'll probably sit out a week.
Yeah, he's got to go through concussion protocol.
Yeah, and, unless you're a QB, they'll get you out there as quick as possible to get your head knocked off.
I mean, they've got a great receiver core, but we'll talk about it again. They didn't look so hot this week. Kind of an off week for Joe, but I mean, you still have Chase and Jamar Chase, and I'm trying to think of the other receiver, Boyd. So, I mean, they could do without for a week or two. Who else we got injured?
I think Mac Jones had a little injury.
Oh yeah. He's got back spasms. I think it's from carrying the weight of that team, right?
Good one.
Yeah, no, not really, but I don't. Yeah, Patriots are in trouble. I'm just gonna say that.
Good.
Yeah,
fuck New England. Fuck their fan base. Fuck them all, man. I'd love to see New England not win a game.
Oh man, they could be a top 10 pick at this point in the draft, very potentially. I don't know if they have a draft pick necessarily. They like to trade their shit away.
I think they have it. I can't think of a player they would have traded for that worthy of a first, but I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't follow the motherfuckers.
Again, you do have Belichick at the helm, and like he is an actual wizard at times. I think
he hasn't done shit since Brady left, so we'll see.
He is not, but he could definitely spin some wins if he needs to.
Division's tougher than it was.
Oh, it's very tough.
The Dolphins were looking fine. Bills are legit. So
what do you think old Bill's gonna hang it up?
I've heard rumors this could be his last season. If it looks like that they are going to be bad for a few seasons, I could see him hanging it up after this year. If somehow they pull some sort of 12-5 season out or something, and they're sort of legit. That's what I'm saying. Unless something like that happens, I could totally see him just saying, fuck it, I'm over it, and not being there for the rebuild, because they're in a rebuild, right? In my opinion. We'll see. Obviously, I'm terrible at predicting the NFL, but to me, Patriots are finishing no better than third in that division.
Yeah. I mean, the Dolphins, we'll talk about it. Yeah. Dolphins look good though, but let's see. I was gonna bring up the Bills, but we'll keep them. We'll keep the Bills talk when we actually talk about them here in just a little minute. Young quarterbacks who took the next step. That's what another topic you want to bring up. We got Justin Fields,
Trey Lance,
Trevor Lawrence,
and Mac Jones.
Yeah,
and I don't think any of them did, man. I think all four of those guys could, and it's early for all of them.
right.
But man, the great ones, you see the potential pretty early.
Right.
You know, even Justin Herbert wasn't leading the Chargers to the playoffs, but everybody's like, "Oh, this motherfucker is
right." He was connecting the passes.
Connecting, yeah.
There was other issues on the field, you know, while he was learning the game, the speed of the game, you know.
And those other four guys, like, we haven't seen anything that would indicate that they're going to turn it around and be anything but mediocre in this league.
I would say Justin Fields out of the four maybe took an NC step forward, you know, just like,
But in his and Trey Lance's defense, they were playing a game in disastrous conditions.
Right.
So I will give it, but in general, I just think at this point, you know who they are.
Yeah.
All four of those players.
Trevor Lawrence, he didn't move at all.
No, which
maybe took a step back.
So it's weird because you want to be in a good division. You want the other teams in your division to be good so you can watch good games and there be competition. But there's also something very satisfying about a team in your division's first round draft pick completely being a bust. Like overall, the number one overall draft pick, you're like, fuck, we have Trevor Lawrence in our division for the next 20 years. And then he ends up sucking. And it was because when Deshaun Watson was in our division, I was like, God damn it. We're going to have to play this motherfucker twice a year for the next 20 years. Texans are going to own the division. And then a rarity happens and he just gets shipped out. So honestly, because of Trevor Lawrence busting and that, like, Colts are going to be the best team in the division for the foreseeable future.
I'm kind of surprised that Trevor Lawrence is such a bust. I don't know if it's just because he's got a Jaguars helmet on and so he's automatically going to be a bust or what the deal is. But I mean, like in college, he played some high level defenses, you know, some that could be like ranked probably 32 in the NFL, you know, some very fast paced defense for college. And he kept up, you know, he was really great. I don't get it. I mean, he has some pretty good tools around him. You know, I don't know. And he's even got his running back, Travis Etienne. I don't know. It's just he's just kind of weird.
Hey, Ryan Leaf. It was when we were drafted. It was either Ryan Leaf or Manning. Everyone was putting Ryan Leaf up there because they're like he has everything. But if Trevor Lawrence ends up busting, he'll be probably, in my opinion, the biggest bust. Only because
of all time.
No, it's tough because people.
Jamarcus Russell.
So here's the reason he's a bust. He's a different kind of bust because of the money he made. Like, because that was what ended the NFL rookie contracts. Because if you remember, rookies would come in and sign these deals that were more than most veterans. Like your rookie deal was huge. Like Jamarcus Russell, I think was $80 million for 4 years, and he was terrible.
Huge,
and that's what made the NFL come in and be like, no, we're capping rookie deals, so it doesn't. Your first round pick can be a bust and it doesn't destroy your future.
Right.
The old NFL, it destroyed your fucking team. And that Jamarcus Russell is the reason for that. But his was always, he has the potential to be good. He wasn't like this amazing quarterback in college. LSU wasn't.
No, he wasn't.
They do that. Exactly. It was always like, oh man, if this dude develops, he could be amazing. Whereas in Trevor Lawrence,
he went one, to be honest with you, even as an LSU fan.
But Trevor Lawrence, we saw the greatness from like his freshman. Was it freshman or sophomore year? They won the title.
Sophomore. I think it was sophomore year.
But I think he played in it all 3 years, right? In the title game. or at least two
I
of
believe
them.
so. Yeah, at least
Yeah,
two. I know LSU beat them in one of them.
And then they beat Alabama, I think is what
they
happened.
beat Alabama the year before, and then they lost to LSU the next year.
So we saw it, and we saw how good he was. And when he was drafted, it wasn't drafted on his potential as much as it's like, oh, this dude's already fucking great. So that's the only reason I would say that it would be a bigger bust from the gameplay standpoint, not the financial standpoint.
Do you think if he goes to another team, he has a potential to get better? I mean, we've seen.
Well, I think
before.
I think, except for the fact that it seems like everything the Khan family touches turns to shit. But he has Doug Peterson, Super Bowl winning coach. So he's shown that he can lead a team to the Super Bowl. I'm not saying his weapons are great. So, I mean, he's in a situation. I don't think he's going to be as bad as he was week one the whole season. I think he'll show flashes of potential that kind of give Jags fans hope, but then maybe never he'll end up being like an Alex Smith type guy, maybe. Like kind of mediocre for the first few years of his career, then maybe towards the end, he'll put it together and kind of salvage it and have a good run with the second team.
He'll end up with the Rams when Stafford retires, and okay, he's pretty good. You know, he's got Cooper Kupp, but he's not bad.
Yeah. And then Trey Lance, I don't know. I wouldn't be shocked if they go back to Garoppolo if he continues that kind of play. But then I had heard rumors of 49ers saying they'd be open to trading Garoppolo to Dallas, which if you're Dallas, you hop on that. If I'm a Dallas fan, it's like, because this isn't the offseason where it's like, all right, we can take this quarterback and this quarterback and this quarterback. No, man. You got to do stuff. Your season's going to be lost if you don't trade for Jimmy Garoppolo if you're Dallas.
So that brings up another question. We're talking about Dak Prescott. Let's say they do that. Jimmy comes in and he's doing great, based off his potential. Do you keep Dak Prescott or do you sign Jimmy Garoppolo to the deal?
Did they already pay Dak his money? Did he already get his big deal?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. So now that's the issue is, can you find a trade partner with a ridiculous contract? Because I'm sure he signed ridiculous money if he signed a QB contract in today's day and age. Mm-hmm. So he's going to be tough to move from that standpoint. So it'd be tough to sign Garoppolo long term. But I definitely think you sign Garoppolo to a 1-year deal this season, because Jerry Jones wants to win, and if Dak's not your QB, Dallas lost, right? I can't remember. They lost.
Yeah.
However long he's gone, I heard he's not going on IR, which means he's going to be back before I think week 6, I believe, or something like that. They predict. Mm-hmm. They could be 0-5. They could be 0-6. Cooper Rush. They lost with Dak yesterday. I just don't think Cooper Rush is going to come in and salvage their season. So to me, if I'm Dallas's GM, I'm on the phone trying to get Garoppolo right now. I think you could get him for probably
4th or 5th round pick.
And I don't know his deal.
Maybe a couple of them.
Which was it? Garoppolo who said he restructured his deal to stay with San Francisco, didn't he? Did he?
I think so.
So it's already less money to stay in San Fran.
It's not a big
with good restructure to go to Dallas. So it's not a big deal for Dallas to go get him. And Dak should be looking over his shoulder. It's one of those situations where he needs someone in that locker room knowing that he's got to play his best football or he's not going to be on the football field, because right now it's just Cooper Rush pushing him.
Here's one problem. You got Jerry Jones as your owner, and if he's got one-track mind, that's it. You can't change his mind. And
he wants to win, though, so I'd go for it. If I'm a Dallas fan right now, I'm screaming for Jimmy Garoppolo.
If you want to win, Jerry, then let your coach coach. I mean, that's been his issue for years, And
I'm not screaming it because I think Garoppolo is going to come in and be a fucking savior for the team. I'm just saying he's literally your only chance to even salvage the season at this point. So do you want to have a terrible season or a mediocre season?
Right. Let's hit to some comments. Pluggo B2B says either the Bills are world beaters or the Rams are hungover AF.
Bills are world beaters.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a little bit. he gives Lance a pass for the monsoon. I don't know. He was. We'll get
I'll
to that
say,
too.
I'll say that we'll give Fields and Trey Lance week 2 before we bench him.
Anyways,
tough,
let's look at all the week 1 games real quick. Man, all right. I'm gonna pull up our picks here from last week. Here's mine. I had Bills, Eagles, Niners, Bengals, Panthers, Dolphins, Colts, Saints, Ravens, Commanders, Packers, Titans, Chargers, Cardinals, Cowboys, Broncos. You had Rams, Eagles, Niners, Bengals, Panthers, Dolphins, Colts, Saints, Ravens, Jaguars, Packers, Titans, Chargers, Chiefs, Bucks, and Broncos. You made like a quick dash to tie it up. That's right. We tied it 7, 8, and 1.
7,
we'll get
8,
to the
1.
We'll get to the 1 in a little bit.
Yeah, I got some things to say. Just give me my set the clock and I'll go off.
Yeah. So we'll get into the games.
7, 8, and 1. Man,
yeah,
the NFL is so fucking unpredictable. It's insane.
Right. First game we got from last Thursday.
Whoa. We doing Homer rant, bro? What's the deal?
Yeah, we will. We're done with this.
Okay, because I'm not gonna be able to talk about my Colts when we get to them without.
No, I'm gonna save that. I'm gonna save that. So,
okay.
Yeah, sorry, I forgot to mention that. All right, so Bills 31, Rams 10. So actually, this game won me money. I won $100 off this game. So thank you to the Bills. But we went into a halftime tie, 10-10, and they just came out guns blazing in the second half. One of the questions I wanted to ask in the kickoff: how hard are the Bills going to beat, or how hard are they going to be to beat this year?
I think they're the best team in the NFL, but I think in today's NFL, the best team, because it used to be the best team was always 14-2, 13-3. I think the best team in the NFL could have 5 or 6 losses this year because the league is so even. It's getting more and more parity. Good teams don't stick out as much, but I'll say of all the teams that I saw and I only watched my game and then highlights of everything else, and then I caught bits and pieces of the Thursday and last night. But the Bills look fucking great, man.
Yeah,
they I knew to get the fucking Josh Allen to Stephon Diggs combination in fantasy, and I should have just kept bidding, and I didn't do it because I knew that fucking combination was going to be absolutely money this year.
Yeah,
and they're going to be, because fucking Josh Allen, he's the best. If I could have any quarterback in the NFL on my team, I would take Josh Allen.
Right. Well, what do the Rams, in your opinion, are they in trouble?
No, I mean, in trouble as in, are they going to win the Super Bowl this year? No. Last year was their best team that they're going to have, especially since their window is very small and they don't have a lot of draft capital and they've mortgaged their future. So I think they're going to be good, and they're probably going to win that division, especially since, and your fucking 49er Super Bowl pick looks like fucking dog shit. That division, I think, is very, very winnable. Seattle, that was an anomaly last night. Seattle sucks. The Bills made Geno look like a fucking MVP. He's not. So Seattle's going to be terrible. And 49ers, if Trey Lance plays like that, they're going to be bad. And then Arizona, I mean, they played the Chiefs, so they're hard to gauge, but it's a very winnable division. Yeah. So I think the Rams are going to be fine, and it's all really if Stafford's elbow is fine. And I've heard rumors that his elbow is something's fucking wrong with it. But if he's healthy, then they're probably going to win the division.
Yeah. Next game real quick. Eagles and the Lions. Eagles won 38-35. Kind of
Loving
a
it.
surprising game. Jared Goff, man, and he did pretty good. Ran the offense. Lions did a lot better than I thought they would. And
The Lions are the Lions.
Yeah,
they're not going to be good. I watched some of this
no.
game because
it was good.
He was on right above me at B-Dub, so I'd watch it because I have Dallas Goedert and Miles Sanders in fantasy, so I was keeping my eyes on it. And I'll say I'm fucking glad I got a couple of Eagles in fantasy, though. I think that's going to pay dividends. I think they're going to.
AJ Brown is going to be a stud.
So I think they're going to roll. I think the Eagles are legit. Lions are going to be shit. They're going to lose most of their games. Jared Goff is not. He's not good.
No, not good. But I mean, he had a good game, and I guess I'm kind of surprised at the Eagles' defense. I thought they were kind of ready, a little bit more ready than what they were. But who knows?
It's week one. It's tough.
Right. Anything else you want to add on that?
No, I don't give a fuck about them.
Yeah. That's all we needed. No, it would have been fine. We talked about this 49ers 10, Bears 19 in a like a monsoon. We kind of talk about this a little bit. Trey Lance looked horrible. Justin Fields, nah, not enough rope shaking.
It was a boring game. I would just glance at the screen every once in a while and see it was just bad conditions, and then I'd look at the score and be like, "Oh, that's because of poor quarterback play."
Yeah. Then we got the Bengals and the Steelers.
Disappointment of the week right here.
Steelers 23, Bengals 20. Joe Burrow had 4 interceptions. Not good. Not a good day for Joey B. That's my boy.
Well, maybe the Bengals should invest in an offensive line so the dude can be upright and have time to throw. Because I think last year there was some stat where when Joe Burrow had so much time in the pocket, like he was the highest rated passer. When he had a clean pocket, he was the highest rated passer in the NFL. Yeah, man, just give him a fucking time. I think he got sacked. I read something like maybe 9 times. Is that high? It was something insane.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe that was too much, but yeah, they got to do something with the offensive line.
I thought they kind of addressed it a little bit, but no, not enough. Not enough. We got Patriots and Dolphins. We just kind of talked about this. Patriots 7, Dolphins 20. Patriots are dog shit.
Tua is a player we forgot to mention in the young quarterbacks. And
yeah, you're right.
I think you know what you're getting with Tua, man. I think
he's one of those. I think he's one of those. Half a foot step forward guys. I don't know. I mean, he's got some serious weapons around him, but I don't know. Not too sure yet.
I don't know. I just think Tua's. We know he's one of those players like Trevor Lawrence, Trey Lance. Like we just know we're getting at this point. He'll win you games. I mean, you beat the Patriots 20-7, but you might come out next week and lose fucking 30-3.
Right. Browns and Panthers, somewhat surprising victory here. I don't have this score. Whoops. I think it was 26-24. 26-24 Browns. They beat the Panthers.
2 ex-Colts quarterbacks won this weekend, and they're both terrible, and they both won. Fuck them.
And the current quarterback didn't, so there you go.
Go Brissett.
Man, what a great day that was. We're gonna skip this one here. Next one, we got Bengals and the Jets. Bengals and the Jets. Ravens 24, Jets 9. Yeah, no surprise here.
That was the game I should have bet on. Now looking back on it, like, why didn't I bet on that game? Fuck.
Jeez, Zach Wilson's out. I mean, who is their quarterback right now?
Joe Flacco played quarterback.
Oh, that's
for the
right.
Jets
He
on
actually
Sunday.
had a decent game, okay game. He just has no weapons around him. But yeah. Anyways, no running game. Not a really great running game. They got that rookie. I thought he would do okay, but meh. Next one, Jaguars and Commanders. I don't even know why we're covering this. Who cares?
Fuck the Commanders. Carson Wentz is a little bitch. Comes out, he has a good game week 1. Of course he would. And I know a lot of Redskins fans out there right now are like,
Commanders.
Okay.
It's Commanders.
We'll go Redskins. There's a lot of Redskins fans out there who are like, oh, yeah, Carson, I can't believe we got him. He's actually good. No, trust me.
No.
But a second. There was a few weeks last year where you were like, oh, I think he could be our franchise QB. He'll come back and lay an egg next week.
Yep. Pump the brakes, pal. Next game, Packers and Vikings.
Bit of a shocker.
I guess that
not that they lost, the fashion in which they lost.
Yeah, I guess the fact that they only put up 7 points. Man, Aaron Rodgers, he's in trouble. So hopefully this is a year we could just like stop talking about it and he just says, fuck it, I'm out of here.
Oh, you're not an Aaron Rodgers guy, huh?
Oh, I hate him. I can't stand him.
I didn't know that.
He's a bitch. So he's a punk ass bitch.
I don't mind him, especially now that I know he does psychedelics and shit.
Oh, well,
all right, now you're a bit cooler than I thought you were.
Wait, you do like him or you don't like him?
I like Aaron Rodgers. When he's on the field playing, he always looks like one of the best quarterbacks ever. I mean, he doesn't win Super Bowls, but Manning only won 1 Super Bowl, and every time he played, he looked like the best quarterback ever. So I like Aaron Rodgers. I think he's pretty legit. I think he's amazing. I think there's just some fluke shit that happens in the playoffs that stops him from winning. I don't think it's necessarily always on him. But yeah, I like Aaron Rodgers. Yeah. But he is old, and I think I said it last week that there's not in the NFL, it's not normally a slow decline, man. It's like you have it, then boom, you don't have it. You never get it back again. I'm not saying that's Aaron Rodgers, but they didn't look good on Sunday.
Fuck them. I hate them. Giants and Titans. I guess it was a bit of a surprise. Giants win a last-minute field goal, I believe. Oh, no, it's a 2-point conversion. 2-point conversion, that's right.
So Giants, get this.
21-20.
Colts tied. We're leading the division. If the playoffs started today, we'd be in. Because the Jags and the Titans lost, so us and the Texans are tied for the division lead at 0-0-1.
I forgot about that. That's hilarious. This is probably my favorite game of the week coming up. Raiders and Chargers. Chargers won 24-19. Just very competitive game. Chargers are good, man. Raiders are good too. What's kind of your thoughts on this?
My boy Devontae. I knew it. See, I knew the separation of Adams and Rodgers was going to affect Rodgers more. Because I know Derek Carr is good, and I know Devontae Adams is good.
He's great.
And so I knew Devontae Adams switching quarterbacks from Rodgers to Carr wasn't going to be that much of a drop-off, but I knew the receivers Rodgers was throwing to was going to be a huge drop-off from what he had in Adams.
Yeah, because who does he? He's got Randall Cobb, old ass Randall Cobb.
Yeah,
and
I don't even know.
I forgot who else.
Does he still have Lazard or Lazard or whatever?
I think he's out right now. So
okay, so he doesn't have. I think he has some rookies because I kept hearing him call out his rookie receivers in the preseason.
Yeah, he loves doing that. That's why he's a piece of shit. I can't stand.
But pleasant. I'm not even saying surprised. I'm happy that Devontae Adams is panning out for me. I have him in fantasy. That's why. Right. And I think that it's actually going to diminish Waller's fantasy value. Waller's still going to be good for the Raiders in the offense, but I don't think he's going to be good for fantasy owners like he has been.
Yeah, I mean, you don't really have anybody else on the other side of the field to go against, so he is going to be left open at times.
Maybe they'll get Ruggs back.
Doubtful.
Maybe he'll plea. Or
Yeah, I'll plead guilty. Can I go back and play for the
Yeah.
Raiders?
That's crazy about him, man. Like he
I know.
plays an NFL game one Sunday, and then like the next week, he's never going to be on a football field ever again.
Ever again. He's done. See you later, pal. All right, Chiefs and Cardinals. This was a little surprising for me. I just didn't think it would be this much of a blowout. Chiefs Cardinals 44. Chiefs 44. Cardinals 21. Yikes.
But again, Cardinals coming through for me on offense because it looks like James Conner is going to be a fine RB1, and it looks like Kyler Murray is going to be a fine QB1 for me in fantasy, even though they lost the game.
Yeah.
I'm totally happy with drafting Cardinals in fantasy.
I have James and Kyler on a team, on another team, not in our league. Sunday night game, we got Bucks and the Cowboys. We talked about it a little bit. What a boring ass game this was. A bunch of field goals.
Didn't watch it.
Yeah, it was boring.
But I had suck up in fantasy.
Oh, there you go.
And going into Sunday night game, I had zero chance because going into Monday, I would have just had a Russell Wilson versus his Geno Smith and Rashad Penny. But Ryan Suckup actually gave me a chance, and I didn't win my game, but he gave me a chance because he put up.
We'll get to that.
19 points for me or some shit.
We'll get to that. And then the Monday night game, Seahawks, surprisingly.
Shocker.
Actually, I got the score backwards. Seahawks 17, Broncos 16.
You dumb. We're a sports show, man. We're legit.
Yeah, well,
you got to get this right.
Yeah. Anyways, Seahawks 17. If I had maybe an ounce of help, that'd be great. But I'm the host. I'm the producer. I'm the editor. I'm everything.
If I can get my fucking mic to work for a whole show, we've won, motherfucker. You don't want me doing that shit.
Oh, Jesus Christ. But man, Russell Wilson, he was flustered over there.
No, he was cooking though, man. Well,
Yeah.
I didn't watch the game at all. I didn't see a second of it, but I was following it on Gamecast, and I kept seeing the Broncos, like Russell Wilson would throw a pass, and they'd get it to the one. The pass would always, and they'd get tackled at the one, and they kept getting stuffed at the goal line, fumbles and shit. And
fumbles and but the thing was is he had a bunch of delay of game calls.
I saw like 2 of those in the span of 3 minutes.
Like, dude, you played in Seattle for 10 years. You're not used to it just because it's on the other side of the ball. Like, come on. Like, how is this an issue for you right now? You know, I don't get it. But
I've been in that stadium. It is fucking loud as fuck.
Anyway, so that's all the games, but we got a little bit of additional business to talk about. We got to talk about our teams.
We've got to be the dumbest team in America.
We couldn't complete a pass.
We give games away.
We couldn't do diddly poo offensively.
We give them away.
We got our totally kicked the second half. We couldn't make a first down or performance.
Wow. So should I start or should you want to go?
Whatever, man.
I'll start. All
right.
Because I'm not going to really need a whole 2 minutes here. So let me put the clock in here. Let me start over. That's good enough. All right. So we got 2 minutes here on the clock, and I probably won't go to 2 minutes, but I'll give you kind of my thoughts on the Saints-Falcons game and the Saints in general. So the Saints won 27-26 with 19 seconds left on the field goal. 19 seconds left, and then kind of made Falcons made a little bit of a drive, but 63-yard field goal, that's pretty tough to do. Last minute block kick, Saints win. They looked very rusty at the beginning of the game. Taysom Hill, he looked pretty good. I did enjoy that. There were some questionable calls made. Sometimes they should have reviewed it. I'm like, what are we doing here? Throw your little handkerchief out there, your little red handkerchief there, Dennis Allen, and just kept it in his pocket. I think it was a turnover that they could have gotten, but whatever. James Winston, stay in the pocket, please. Okay. I mean, and if you're gonna feel the heat with the defensive line, get rid of the ball. Like there's so many times where you just get rid of the ball. He's running scared, so that's my home rant. But I'm happy. We got to win. So wins are always good. Let me reset the clock here for you, Hoxter.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Every time you have like this up, like it stops coming through my headphones and it goes through the computer. So I don't know.
Oh,
I don't think it's on me though. I think it's on you.
Maybe. We'll see. Maybe it's because I have that volume on. I don't know. Whatever. All right, ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Your time starts now.
All right, so we went down to Houston, fucking worst team in the league. We fucking tied. I fucking hate ties. I'm going to rant about ties later. I'm going to save that for later, but we're fucking contenders, man. We got this fucking coach. Oh, he's a good old Christian boy. You know, I love Jesus, and I'd get fired from my job if I sucked at it. You know? If Jesus wanted you to be a football coach, you'd be better. Find a new line of work. He's the common denominator in all of our suckiness. Every goddamn year, we start shitty, and every goddamn game we start shitty. Get the motherfuckers ready to play. It's not that fucking hard. Oh, fucking annoying. Matt Ryan, do you not practice fucking like shotgun snaps in the offseason and preseason training camp? Did you just forget about that?
I saw him play for 10 years. No, he doesn't.
Holy fuck. What else, man? We went down to halftime fucking like 10-0. Another Frank Reich bonehead move. It's 4th and 3, at the goal line, on the 3-yard line or something. The motherfucker can't take field goals. He always wants to go for it. He's been doing that for 5 years. In the first year, he was like, we're building a culture. One day, we're going to be the team that gets these. It's like, well, no, you're fucking not, because it's 5 years later and you're still doing it. Take the field goal. It's the NFL, man. 3 yards isn't a gimme. 2 yards isn't a gimme. You could be on the half-yard line. It's not a gimme. I get it if it's late in the game. It's the first quarter. Take the fucking points. It's not rocket science. He does this every year. I'm over the motherfucker. And he just needs to fucking... Our kicker, we cut him today because he fucking... Twice he kicks out of bounds, illegal procedure, and then misses the fucking game-winning field goal. 42 yards. He's cut. Thank fucking Christ.
You're done. You made it. You're done. Your rant's over, pal. I love that I have the mute button on you. Let's see. We got Sneed in the chat. Sneed says somebody smeared shit on Hawk's shirt. Yep, they sure did.
So you know what? Sneed has a lot of room to talk. Dead last in fantasy this week for Sneed. Low point man. Pretty brutal showing from Sneed. He's normally better than that. He's normally mediocre. I think this year could just be dog shit for him. But he can. Him and Callahan, him and my buddy Sean can fight it out for dead last.
Scene? You mean scene?
Yeah.
SEAN? We'll talk about fantasy here in just a little bit. But sorry, pal. Like you just had a rough year. I mean, rough week, should I say? Colts are out. Yeah, Rodrigo Blankenship is. He's not going to be playing for a while anywhere. So, there we go. Chat C says might have a season like the Colts are about to have. Who knows? Are you having issues again, buddy?
There we go. It's the headphones, man. I don't know what it is. Like you keep going in and out, like you're talking, and then it's like coming through the. Now you're good again. It's just gonna be something. It's a running gag. It's a comedy show. We got this thing. Hawk's gonna have technical issues. It's fine. It's whatever.
Oh man. Well, let's go ahead and.
I want to rant on ties real quick.
Go ahead. Rant on your ties.
Is there anything more infuriating than a tie in the NFL?
No.
And here's why.
It's frustrating.
It's a $1 billion industry. Everybody's paid hundreds of dollars to be at these games. The players are paid millions of dollars to play in the games. Just finish the fucking game. What's the big deal? You're in sudden death after each team's had the ball. Eventually, by accident, somebody's going to score. And what's hilarious is they're like, oh, we're going to tackle the overtime issue. We're going to make it better. 2 seasons ago, they shortened overtime to 10 minutes. Yeah, they gave each team the ball, but then they gave them 5 less minutes to play. So it's even broke more now. Goodell's so fucking inept. I don't know how this dude's fucking commissioner.
I don't
Quite
know.
honestly.
I don't get it.
It's
I don't get
everything
it.
about him sucks. It's like when he suspended Ray Rice for 2 games for hitting his wife. And then the video comes out and then he never sees the NFL football field again. It's like, you knew what Ray Rice did. And then you see the video and all of a sudden it's worse. It's shitty moves like that that make Goodell a fuck. But mostly it's the overtime thing that pisses me off. That's the one thing that...
Not so much Ray Rice.
Yeah, the Ray Rice thing, okay, whatever. But, man, it's just because nobody likes the way NFL overtime is done. No one. It makes zero sense. And they'll be like, well, it's for the safety of the players. It's like, oh, yeah, and that's why you added another game to the end of the season. That means nothing because you care about player safety. No, you don't. Yeah. You don't care about player safety. Never. The NFL can never cite that as an excuse. They don't give a fuck about player safety. And now we have a tie. Week 1. Colts. Hey, we could still be the last standing undefeated team, though, because we haven't technically lost yet.
Oh, my God.
And, hey, we're in the division lead.
You tied. You kissed your cousins just like all your other hicks from Indiana, okay?
A tie is better than a loss in the standings, for sure.
You tied. Ew.
It sucks, dude. I'm not defending it. I'm saying it's better than a loss.
You didn't win.
I'm aware, motherfucker. I watched the game. I just ranted on it.
No. Well.
Anyway, moving on. Fuck it.
We'll talk about them in a little bit. Let's real quick. I'm going to go over the power rankings, the top 10 power rankings for this week. Number 10, Philadelphia Eagles. They're up 4 spots. 9, Cincinnati Bengals dropped 4 spots. I don't understand that because they lost. Packers dropped 2 spots, number 8. Okay. The Vikings, number 7, up 13 spots.
Good for them.
The Ravens up 4 spots, number 6. The Chargers up 4 spots, number 5. The Rams dropped 2 spots, number 4. The Buccaneers went up 1, number 3. The Chiefs went up 5 spots to number 2, and the Bills are number 1. Let's see where our teams are at. The Saints are number 12, up 1. The Colts are 15. They dropped to 3 spots, pal.
That's pretty low for a division leader. 15.
Oh God. Here we go. This is like you saying, "Oh, I'm high point total." So, but you didn't win. You didn't win.
We'll get to that.
We'll get into fantasy a little bit.
Of course, that's always your strong point, right? You love fantasy.
Oh my God, you're the one that's a fantasy. You're always talking about fantasy.
I am. I love
All
it.
right. Let's. You got your ball over there, pal? Let's go play with some balls.
Let's go to our balls, man. I'm sensing a big week. My ball's telling me it's going to be a big week for the Hawkster.
Is Hawk going to go 0 for 3 again this week? My reply is no. Good.
Fuck.
Look at that.
Let's look it up.
All right. Things are looking up for the Hawkster.
It was pretty brutal. Pretty brutal this weekend for the old Hawkster and his predictions, his betting predictions.
Yeah. So let's pull up some graphics here. Let's pull up some games here. Let's quit talking about it. This Thursday we got Chargers at the Chiefs. Real quick, who do you got on this game?
Let me bring up who I sent. Let me bring my picks to. So I got the Chargers beating the Chiefs.
Chargers beating the Chiefs. Interesting.
I just think it's at L.A., right? Think that's why I picked the Chargers.
No, it's in Kansas City.
Is it? Then I just thought the Chargers were going to win.
Okay.
I'm going with them. I'm riding
Patriots
them.
versus Steelers.
Patriots, just because I just can't believe the Steelers are going to be good. I just can't. So I got to pick them to lose.
Okay. Starting off 0 for 2 here, pal. Panthers versus Giants.
You're not giving your picks, man. What's the deal?
Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. Let's see. I've got Chargers. I got Chargers Chiefs. I got the Chiefs winning. I mean that they blew out the Cardinals in Arizona, and I'm expecting a big dub there. And then Patriots versus Steelers. I got the Steelers winning this. I think even with TJ Watt maybe out, they did a good job on the pass defense, and Patriots suck ass. So there you go.
Oh man, we got a lot of different ones here. All right.
Panthers versus Giants.
I'm gonna go with the Panthers because I still don't trust the Giants. I know Kearns is all having a hard on for Saquon Barkley because he had his first good game in like 4 seasons. I'm just not buying it. I think the Giants are terrible, and I think the Panthers are just a little bit better.
Well, I guess Dustin Kearns is here live with us because I'm going with the Giants, and I think Saquon Barkley has turned over a new leaf, and he's gonna be the deciding factor in this game. So far, we got 3 different games: Jets versus Browns.
I'm going to go with the Browns. It pains me to go with Jacoby Brissett as the starter, but he's better than he's better than Flacco, I guess.
He's better than anything that the Jets can put out. So, I got the Browns too. Browns can be going 2-0 without Deshaun Watson. Interesting. All right, here we go. Colts versus Tony Khan's team.
Colts, baby, big. We're winning big. We're going to burn down Daly's place.
Burn it to the ground.
Burn it to the fucking ground.
Oh, jeez. I'm sorry. I've got the Colts as well too. Dolphins versus Ravens.
I'm going to go with the Finns, man. I think this might be their year to be mediocre and not just bad.
Right. I think they're going to get a wild card spot as well too. I got the Finns beating the Ravens here. So, Bucks versus Saints.
Bucks in a easy win for the Bucks.
It's not going to be an easy win. First of all, not going to be an easy win. I got the Saints here because it's at home in New Orleans. So that the Superdome is going to be rocking and rolling, and I got Saints here. So
how was Kamara this week? I didn't even pay attention. Was he good? Did he look like he still has it?
Yeah, he's good. Some of that's what I was kind of talking about. Some of the play calling was a little off because they kept just throwing it to Michael Thomas, and
which he played, which is a win for you guys.
Yeah, exactly.
I know because I played him in fantasy. The guy only won because he had fucking Michael Thomas.
Yeah. So, So, anyways, I got Saints. You got Bucks. Commanders versus Lions.
I'm gonna go Lions because I fucking hate Carson Wentz and I want him to lose every game he plays, and he should. So Lions.
Yeah, I got Lions too. I think it'll be an easy win there. Seattle at San Francisco.
San Fran.
Same. I got San Fran as well too. Falcons versus the Rams in Los Angeles.
I gotta go Rams on that one.
Yeah. I think this will be an easy win. Cardinals versus Raiders. What do you got?
I have the Raiders, which will put the Cardinals at 0-2, which is it's weird because they should be better than that, but they've had a tough schedule. Especially if you play the AFC West, you're already getting set up for failure, which we also play the AFC West, the Colts do. So good luck to us.
Well, that's 4 losses. Then you got the Texans versus Broncos.
Broncos.
I mean, but unless Broncos got to do better. So, but it starts with play calling. That was abysmal. Like last 2 minutes of the game, the coach was just like letting the clock run out. I'm like, dude, what are you doing?
Yeah, I remember I was following it online, and Russ got the ball back with like 4 minutes left.
Yeah.
And then they had went like 15 yards and it was the 2-minute warning.
It was,
And you're thinking like, what the fuck are you guys doing?
yeah. They
And
were
it
just
wasn't
killing
watching. It was
time.
just weird.
And so it's 4th and 5, and yeah, it's a risky call, but I hate putting the game. You know, it was like on the 45-yard line or something like that. I hate putting the game in line on with a kicker. Put it with your new quarterback. Like, let him win or lose the game, not your kicker.
No,
Like,
I'm
that
with
was
you.
just awful.
When you get the ball with 4 minutes left and all your timeouts and you have Russell Wilson, you're not even thinking field goal. You're not like, we just got to get into range. You're thinking,
Right.
no, we're going to score a touchdown. And if we don't, we're going to get pretty fucking close to it. But they just
Right.
gave up on trying to move it down the field, it seems
That's
like.
why they lost that game.
And again, I wasn't watching it, so I don't know exactly, but it seemed like really piss poor time management.
It was bad. It was really bad. I forgot his name of the Broncos coach, but
You know why? Because he sucks, and it'll be a different guy next year.
right. Bengals versus Cowboys. I didn't think we were going on a Broncos rant, but we did. Bengals versus Cowboys. Who you got here?
Bengals, they just got to be better. Cowboys are going nowhere.
Yeah, and I love to see it. The Bears versus the Packers. Who you got here?
The Packers.
I got Bears here. I'll see if they can do a repeat performance. I think maybe they can lock down, the Packers or receivers. You know, maybe a run game. I don't know, but I think we're going to see a little bit of upset here. Bears.
Yeah, Rodgers owns the Bears.
We'll see. Vikings versus Eagles.
I'm gonna go with the Eagles.
By the way, this is on Monday night game too, so that's a doubleheader Monday night game.
Okay, I'm gonna go Eagles.
Eagles. I got the Vikings. I think they're gonna they showed out. We'll see. The big issue is with Kirk Cousins can stay consistent. You know, he's not too consistent.
You like that? You like that?
So we'll see. And then the other Monday night game, which is weird that they're doing a doubleheader on week 2, but Titans versus Bills.
Bills, baby.
Yep, Bills. The Williams. I'll take the Williams all day. So let's get real quick. Take a look at your picks. Chargers, Patriots, Panthers, Browns, Colts, Dolphins, Bucks, Lions, Niners, Rams, Raiders, Broncos, Bengals, Packers, Bills, and Eagles. And then I got Chiefs, Steelers, Giants, Browns, Colts, Fins, Saints, Lions, Niners, Rams, Raiders, Broncos, Bengals, Bears, Bills, Vikings. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I think I'll have a better record. So, as usual.
We're tied right now. So
we are tied. We are tied.
And now, with each passing week, I'm going to get closer and closer to predicting the whole week right, because I learn, I watch, I observe. And as I see good teams get better, bad teams get worse, I'll be able to better predict the season.
Right. Yeah. All right. Let's give it our trophy awards. You swear this was a AEW wrap-up show. We're just giving out trophies to everybody.
Trophies.
Trophies and ribbons and all that.
We got to make people feel nice, JBONE. That's what I'm about.
Yep.
I'm all about pleasing people.
Yeah. So let's make somebody feel good. Who's your MVP of the week?
I think it's got to be Josh Allen. I think he completely decimated the destroyed the Super Bowl champs on their home field. So on a national stage, I think it's got to be Josh Allen.
Did he ever? Let's see. I'm trying to pull up his stats real quick. I mean, I think he had 4 touchdowns. Is that right? 4 touchdown passes, or maybe one was a
run. I think he ran one, didn't he?
Yeah,
Probably.
That's what this is right here. Actually, He ran. If I can pull up the
And that's
stats
when you
here.
start to get in fantasy. That's why Josh Allen's good because he gets a lot of rushing TDs. So those
Yeah.
is when you start to get the points because in
Right.
our league you only get 4 for passing touchdowns.
Right. And that's most leagues. That's pretty standard. He was 26 for 31, 297 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. I mean, that's a tough defense. And he also had 10 carries for 56 yards, more than his running backs.
Yeah.
He was a top rusher. So
if the Bills make the playoff, if the Bills win their division and make the playoffs, I think he's a lock for the MVP.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to win their division, not a doubt.
That's why I think he's a lock. So
Yeah.
it wouldn't be shocking if every week we're just like Josh Allen again. Justin Herbert will have a few good weeks that'll steal from him, but
yeah. Well, I'm going a little bit different here with my pick. I'm going Justin Jefferson here. He had a great game. 9 receptions, 184 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
I know.
4 yards.
The guy was playing in fantasy. Fucking had him. Had him and Michael
The guy
Thomas.
was playing in fantasy.
Jesus. I'm just because I have Adam Thielen, who's probably going to. He had a shitty game on Sunday, but he'll have a decent season probably. But you're just watching Justin Jefferson's like every second it's refreshing, and he has like 3 more points in fantasy. He was just fucking destroying. I didn't watch the game.
It's like you watching somebody bleed and you can't patch it up.
That's the worst thing about fantasy is when you're playing someone and then they just like not just have a good game, but just roll you. Like that one player beat you. And that's what Justin Jefferson did to me. So fuck Justin Jefferson.
Hey, don't say that. He's from LSU. So those are who's your shit bag of the week?
Oh, my shitbag of the week. Not even question, and he's cut, and he's not in the NFL now, and that's Rodrigo Blankenship because he took over the kicking duties because our kicker got injured before the season, so he took over kickoff duties. So we tie it up in the fucking 4th, and so we kick off, and what's he do? Kicks it right the fuck out of bounds. They get the ball at the 40. They don't score, but still. Then we go into overtime, and we kick it off. What the fuck happens? Right out of bounds. And then they get the ball at the 40. Again, they don't score, but still, you can't give them that field position. But then at the end of the game, when we have a chance to win, 42-yard field goal, motherfucker shanks it. Never had a chance. And I can't believe he made it till today. He should have been cut. They should have gave him a fucking plane ticket on a different plane home. He should have flown a fucking commercial with all the other fucking peasants in business class. And he should have been told to fucking catch an Uber from the airport to the stadium, clean out your goddamn locker, get the fuck out of here. But they got him out today, so kudos to them. But he's the shitbag of the week for sure.
My shitbag of the week is Mac Jones. Mainly because people just love to try to praise him as the next Tom Brady. Like, well, watch out. And he's fucking terrible. He was terrible. He was not all he was cracked up to be in Alabama. He's fucking over. He's fucking terrible. Just get him out of here. Get him out of the fucking league. Get your pussy ass fucking back spasms on out of here, and go play in the USFL. That's what I say. So
he'll be there soon enough.
Yeah. All right, let's go. We got about Phoenix. He says, moving on. Fuck it. I agree. Moving on. Fuck it. Hey, HOCH.
That's a shirt.
It is a shirt. Hey, I'm always kind of scared to ask you this, but I'm going to keep doing it every week. What's your fantasy?
No, because he sucks you guys in.
I want to kiss you.
So he sucks you guys right in. So consider yourself sucked.
So we alluded to it a little bit. How'd you do this week, buddy, in our league?
So I was 3rd in scoring in the league.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about my team. I have a baller team, and there's a lot of shitty teams in our league. So I played the high point man in our league, which that happens to me more often than not, it seems like.
Yeah.
But no, it's shitty that I have a great team and I lose, because if I would have played most people, I would have won. I'm happy about a few things. First off is Christian Kirk looks like he's going to pan out as a receiver. Not that the Jags are going to be good, but Trevor Lawrence has literally no one else to throw to. So Kirk went over 100. He didn't catch a TD, but he went over 100 yards. So that panned out for me for sure. And then my running backs, because it was Miles Sanders and James Conner, man. I didn't know. I wasn't like, fuck, these are my running backs, but it was one of those like, oh man, are they going to be the top carrier? Are they going to flow in offense? And both of them, week one, don't want to jump to conclusions, but I think I did well with my running back. And Nyheim Hines for the Colts, man, even though he only put up like 10 points, I'm watching, man. That dude's going to have 20, 30 point games or something as the season goes along. So I got the way I hit the waiver wire and try to find a better, I think, wide receiver 3 and then Adam Thielen. But other than that, really satisfied. In my other league, because I'm in 2 leagues, the other league, I was the 5th highest scorer in the league and also lost playing the highest scorer. So in both of my leagues, I played
the bad luck, huh?
top point, man. I'm telling you, God mocks me week 1 of the NFL. I took the fucking L. And even though the Colts tied, that's almost a bigger mockery, because you're like, eventually the Colts are going to have to win. Eventually the Colts are going to have to win a season opener. Or eventually you're going to have to win. And then God's like, all right, here you go. Tie, motherfucker. Strap that onto your psyche.
Hey, so do you think you're going to the playoffs?
Playoffs? You kidding me? Playoffs? I just hope we can win a game.
In our league, man, I mean, there were some pretty piss poor showings in our league. Snead being one of them. Snead was fucking awful this week. And then my buddy Sean from Indiana was fucking terrible. So it's just not going to be hard. And Kearns, he won his league. He got lucky. He won by like 0.5, like not even a full point. He's always terrible. He talks like he's a fucking guru of fantasy football, and that dude never makes the playoffs, so it's funny. And I want you to keep me posted, and we need to bring it up on the show. Every shitty trade offer you get from Kearns, because he's the king of sending you the dumbest fucking trades you'll ever get in your life. Although my friend from Indiana, Sean, he sent me Mo Alley Cox, the Colts tight end, for Devontae Adams today. And he's like pissed that I'm not accepting it.
Did you take it?
Oh, yeah. Just let me get on and click accept right after this.
Hey, Sean.
But they are who we thought they were.
But in general, like both of my teams, I went 0-2 in fantasy, but I'm satisfied with it. It's not a hit the panic button 0-2 because I was in the top 5 in scoring in both leagues. So I'm fine with it.
No. Well, I had a great week in fantasy. You alluded to the you were in number 3, and you lost to the number 1, right? Now there you go. There it is.
Talking about fantasy, I gotta fucking get high or I'm gonna kill myself.
So you alluded to that. You lost to the number 1. Who was the number 2 in our league in points scored?
I don't know. Was it you? I don't pay attention to you. You're inconsequential to me. You had a good week. I looked at your roster. You got lucky, man.
I didn't get lucky, man. I didn't get lucky. I'm going to the shit, baby. I'm taking this. Oh,
was it satisfying to come in and whip up on Snead though? Were you like, fuck yeah?
I wish it was you. To be honest with you, it would have been more satisfying.
Nah,
I like Snead, so no, I don't want to hurt his feelings. So
there's nothing more satisfying than beating someone you know in fantasy, because you're always in leagues with people you don't know, and you're like, whatever. Right. But when you're playing someone you know, it's always more satisfying to win that game.
Yeah. And in my other 2 leagues, I won one and then lost the other one. So in this league, it's the other league, the one that I lost in. It's hard to score points in there, and it's kind of stingy on points. So I lost 129. I had 129 points. which is a good bit in this league. And yeah, I lost. The guy had 164 points, he was high score. So whatever, I lost. Next week I'll dom.
This week was actually a low scoring week all around in our league, because in our league we've had people go over 200 and shit.
Oh, okay.
So everyone kind of scored.
Yeah, it was like a huge, like, oh my God. Like, you usually get like a 40, 50, 60 point person or something. There wasn't any of that this week at all. So kind of a weird week overall. Who do you want to start and sit this week?
So this weekend this week's just going to be more of by my experience with fantasy on my teams. And I'm going to start Christian Kirk because, like I said earlier, I'm not saying Jags offense is going to be great. I normally follow a strategy of don't start players in shitty offenses, but I think Christian Kirk's going to get the bulk of the catches in Jacksonville, and I think he's good for 15 to 20 a game. He might bust out. And I really like Miles Sanders, the Eagles running back. I would ride him the whole season because the Eagles looked legit, and they run the ball a lot. And Miles Sanders, he's not really splitting carries because that's the issue in today's NFL and in fantasy is a lot of backfield split carries. And as of right now, Miles Sanders seems to be the fucking primary ball carrier. So those are the two big ones that I would go with.
Yeah, it sucks for fantasy, but it's good for like if your team, because then when you have like a super, like the Saints, for instance, we got Kamara and Ingram, right? Ingram's a little bit over the hill, but he takes a few carries away from Kamara, so he doesn't get jacked up every single play, and they're not targeting him. So like, I don't mind it, but if that's why I'm not like really a Kamara fan so much on fantasy. Because he's not going to have as many touches. But a lot of times when he touches the ball, he'll go quite a bit. So, anyways, I got Tua. I think maybe he's just maybe progressed a little bit. It's kind of it's just very much a sleeper pick. Kind of just one of those that are you wouldn't think of. I watching the Broncos game last night. I really like Cortland Sutton last night. He showed out. He caught some tough passes, and with with T Higgins out, I got Joe Mixon, running back. Maybe they're gonna have to start running the ball a little bit. Get Joe in there, give some. Now the only issue with that is your offensive line. So. But if he could get like 20 touches, I think he could, get about 100 yards and at least a touchdown or so. So, Joe's a good one to start. Who you sitting this week?
Dawson Knox, tight end for the Bills. He's played a huge role in me winning my league last year, but they didn't go to him at all in this league.
He's on Snead's team.
Well, I have him in the other league, and that's what's hilarious is because I was going in this league, and Snead, I don't know if you were paying attention, but Snead would outbid, whenever I was bidding, Snead would just drive up the price just to fucking do or outbid me just to fucking do it.
Yeah.
And Dawson Knox was one of those players. And what's hilarious is I nominated the Colts kicker, and I was just going to take him for $1. But Snead was like, nope, fucking $2, and took him. I think it was Snead who did that, and he ended up getting cut. But I know he definitely did it with the Dawson Knox thing. So that's hilarious to me because I would have started him. I would have started him in our league yesterday, and Goddard was fine. I think he's going to be good. I think he put up almost 10 points, but I think Knox almost goose-egged it.
Yeah. My sit-em. Aaron fucking Rodgers. Good God. Like,
I would not say if you have Aaron Rodgers on your team, don't take that advice.
Yeah, absolutely take that advice.
No.
He's over the hill. He's got no weapons. He doesn't want to be there.
If you have Aaron Rodgers on your fantasy team and you sit him, you're dumb.
Unless, now you have to have a decent backup quarterback. I'm not, if you got Cooper Rush as your backup quarterback, don't sit him. But, I mean, if you got Aaron Rodgers on your fantasy team, sit him. You're dumb. Unless, I mean, now you have to have a decent backup quarterback. I'm not, if you got Cooper Rush as your backup quarterback, don't sit him. But if you got Tua, I'd start Tua over Aaron right now.
That's the dumbest thing you said all night.
Yeah, well, you say a lot of dumb things, and I don't point them out.
Truth bombs. We call them truth bombs.
to win the game.
You play to win the game, pal. All right. Well, we don't have betting tips this week.
Did Tom's not here, man?
Tom is not here. He hasn't reached out to see if he's coming on. So unless you want to give some quick games, you want to that you're looking at betting on.
I would like to talk about my betting experience from this weekend.
Okay, sure. Go ahead. Yeah.
So again, I've said it before. I'm not a sports bettor. I don't do it. I don't claim to be a fucking whiz better or even good at it. I don't win bets. So I put $200 in my account. I only used $100 this week. I placed 5 bets, and I lost all 5 of them.
Jesus.
And you figure you would win a bet by accident. Even if you picked the 5 worst games to bet on, the 5 worst bets you could place, you think one of those would hit, Mm-hmm. The biggest one of the week, though, and this just tells you how supernatural it is of how bad I am at betting. It's the Bengals and the Steelers, okay? I have a parlay, Burrow to throw like 250, Chase to catch like 70, Mixon to rush for so much, I think, maybe. I don't know. And then the Bengals to win, just win the game. The last play of regulation when Burrow connected with Chase, that made everything cover. All the Bengals had to do was hit the extra point to win the game in regulation, and I would have won that bet. It would have been like $90. I only bet 10. I would have won 90. They missed the fucking extra point, man. and I don't win the bet because it goes to overtime, and then the Steelers end up winning the game. And it's just shit like that. Like, all he had to do was hit the fucking extra point. I win $90, but he doesn't, and I miss it. Of course, I take the fucking Colts. I took him at like 7.5. I knew pretty early on that wasn't going to cover. I took the Eagles I took the Seahawks Broncos at like 6.5 or something. Because how does that happen, man? How did the Seahawks come out and play like that? Geno Smith was playing like a goddamn MVP candidate. Yeah. And I'm telling you, it's because I had money on the game. That's it. That's the only reason. And then I don't remember the other ones, but I went 0 for 5. So the $50 we were tracking on this that's gone. But I do have $100 left in my account, and I am going to play that last 100. But once that's gone, because I'm done for the season betting, and I don't really have I looked at the opening betting lines for this week. Again, I don't know much about football, but some of the spreads, like,
oh, you can say that again. that's a lie.
As far as betting goes, I don't know much about it. But the fucking Colts game looks. We got the Colts fucking. We got the fucking Colts at -4 against the Jags. Like, they should win that game by 20 points. So I'm gonna I'm betting the Colts over the Jags at -4. You have the Rams over the Falcons at 10.5 in LA. I almost want to pound that. I feel like they're going to destroy the Falcons, but you don't know. And then my third one I would take is, man, they got the Seahawks +10 versus the Niners. And after the way the Niners played this week, I don't think they're going to beat the Seahawks by 10 fucking points. I don't care that it's in San Francisco. So those are the 3 I would take. Prop bets, it's really tough to comment on those on a Tuesday.
Yeah.
So really the best I could do is just 3 games. I'm probably going to throw a little money on, and those are the 3.
Yeah. My week, I started off really good. So I put the 50 into my account. Okay. And then I ended up, it was like a mini parlay where if the the Bills and Rams tied in halftime and the Bills won, then I won $100, which is what happened. I think I put $10 on it or something like that. I can't remember how much. And sure enough, thank you, Rams. They scored that field goal to go into halftime, tie it up, and then I was like, I knew the Bills were just going to come out and just dominate, and that's exactly what happened. So I won. So I took $10 took 60 of it, put it back into my personal account, and put 40. Left the 40 out there for the weekend, and didn't do so hot. So I had a 5-pick parlay: Dolphins, Commanders, Panthers, Packers, and Titans. Packers and Panthers, of course, fucked me out of that, and Titans actually. And now I'm looking at it. So I only had 2 on that one. That one I actually put 25 on it. And yeah, I lost that. And then I put 10 on a 3-pick parlay: Falcons, Cardinals, Steelers, just like a, just some underdogs just to see what happens. And then I went $4 on Patriots, Jaguars, Raiders, and Vikings. Lost that. And then I put $1 on a 15-pick parlay just to see what would happen. It was basically my picks that I gave last
And
week.
you're 7, 8, and 1.
Yeah. Hey, if it would have hit, I would have won a lot
Yeah,
of money.
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna throw down on FanDuel. Couldn't figure out how to build my own parlay, so I was at the mercy of the ones that they had listed.
You just keep betting on teams. It'll add it. At least that's what they do on
do you have
DraftKings.
FanDuel or you use DraftKings?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, like all you got to do is just go to the regular thing. You just add your teams that you want. So, and then you can do then from there you can do all kind of fun stuff. You can bet on the individual games. You can do all kind of stuff from there. But I just went straight money lines. As far as games, I'm looking at betting on. Now I'm not looking at any spreads, but I'm just looking at just if I do a 3-pick. Let me see if I do a 3-pick parlay. I'm gonna go Colts.
Therefore, they're getting
Well, hold on.
-4.
Actually, let me do a 5-pick parlay. So
Okay.
Colts, Niners, Rams, Broncos, Bengals. If I was to do a 5-pick parlay. That's what I'm going to do. And I might actually do that. So might take my $10 that's left over and throw that on there and see what happens.
My goal is just win one bet this week. That's it. I just want to win. I just want to win one bet. I want to know what it feels like to win a sports bet. And I think I can do it if I put my mind to it.
Oh, man. I'm going to have to pull that quote here from what you had earlier, though, so I don't know.
What's that quote?
I don't know football.
Sometimes it feels like I don't. We're live.
Well, do you have anything else to add for this week?
I think that's it, man.
All right. Well, of course, you can find us everything Turnbuckle Tavern related at theturnbuckletavern.com. Head over to theturnbuckletavern.com and get you access to Spotify, Apple Podcasts. If you're not watching on YouTube, subscribe on YouTube. We're getting close to 1,000. Trying to get a big push towards that 1,000. So help us out with that. Twitch. And Pro Wrestling Tees, we got a Pro Wrestling Tees store. Of course, we got all kind of other shows. Raw Down, the flagships on Thursdays. Raw Down's on it's on
we
Thursday
pushed
nights.
it to Thursday. I said we need Tuesday for long balls.
God.
Raw Down moved to Thursday. That's how.
Yeah. And your mic's getting muted now, pal. And then the podcast version drops on Fridays. Check that out. And myself, Young Anthony, and the MVP Marco. What y'all got going? Do you know what you have going on Broken VCR?
We dropped Deadly Blessing today.
Okay, there you go.
Wes Craven, 1980 film about the Hittites.
Right.
Go check it out. Good horror film.
Yeah. And then y'all did like a Silver 7 or something like that too.
Silver Screen 7 for this week is top 7 Wes Craven films. I
Yeah.
think it's on YouTube. I think we isolated that video so you could catch that out if you want to hear a little genius going on YouTube.
Yeah, Chad is a genius. You're right. Of course, coming down the aisle this week, I got Mayor Aaron from Lumberjillville, so check that out at Coming Down the Aisle, comingdowntheaislepod.com. About to hit the 100th episode. Got a special guest. It's not hot. Got a real special guest coming up, so pretty excited about that. Also call the hotline. Bill, we haven't heard from Bill Twats in a while. Bill Matthews. Bill, we miss you. Call Bill. Bill, call
Speak
in.
for yourself.
He's a great guy. 304-404-2004. And even if you're not Bill, just call in and rag on HOCH. It's fun. And, you can call me a genius if you want. That's fine. But you can hear your message being played on the flagship show. 304-404-2004. Well, buddy, I think that's going to do it for this week. We'll see what happens. So, oh boy, this is going to be a great week. Until next week, folks, we'll see y'all.